NXG Combat Sports fighter Allison Hubbard, about to terrorize the Blue Belt Division.
Dylan, you gotta do it.
We're just gonna do this. So, hey, here with Allie Hubbard. We're in the underground, the Daisy Fresh of Alabama, apparently now. We have a live audience, so if there's some crazy nonsense going on in the back, sorry. Hopefully they'll stay respectful and adultish. Chances are pretty low though. chances are pretty slim. Hey, this video is brought to you by VF Pho. If you're in Montgomery, you want to eat some pho, go eat some pho. Also, FS Tactical for any holster needs. There's not a gun in the world that they can't make a holster for. They make holsters for literally everything. Don't throw that. Sponsor section's not going to be nice interrupting. Right there. Anyway, FS Tactical, holla at Ryan. Get him on Facebook, whatever. He can make holsters for anything. He made me a battle axe holster. Like, they're insane. You can do whatever with it. Modern firearms applications, David Wood. Guy knows his stuff. PPUing and moving around and stuff and things like that. And 2A Fitness. 2A Fitness is a big part of NXG headquarters. Thanks, guys, for everything y'all do. Now, Allie, who's not on weight for NAGA, but that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about NAGA. She's not far off. She's really big for her class. I'm excited to watch her hold some poor little girls down. It's going to be great. So NAGA is when? When is NAGA?
July 23rd.
Is it the 23rd? It's the 24th.
Okay.
It's the 24th. July 24th in Orange Beach, Foley, whatever. Google it. Why would I do my research on what we're talking about? Yeah, July 24th.
Yes. But are we going down there the 23rd?
Yeah, we're weigh-ins are 23rd. Is it NAGA Nationals? I expect it to be probably one of the largest events, NAGA events, that's probably ever taken place. Seeing that we're coming off of COVID and a lot of people haven't competed in a while, on top of it's already a really big tournament.
Everyone's hungry.
Everyone's hungry, that's absolutely right. Allie's doing the Blue Belt 129 and under, ladies division. So y'all might as well not even sign up. If you haven't already, sorry, don't waste your money on it, because we're coming to wreck some fools. I'm doing the black belt 129 and under, but I'm old, so it doesn't really matter. Everybody come on. The divisions are probably going to be pretty large, which is okay. That's okay, right?
It's okay.
She doesn't like that. It doesn't matter that. It's going to be great. Let's talk about NXG Clanton here for a minute, because we've just opened up not too long ago. We've got a giant floor. We have a whole secondary room that we use for a comp team and ladies only. Weight facility, all kinds of nice amenities. Really nice place. But saying that it's a new gym, we still also have a lot of pretty new people. And sign-ups going great. But we are running some deals. I don't know what they are, but I heard Angel talking about those earlier today. What are the specials? You have it? You finna hand it to me? I'm fixing to be able to tell you. Why are you wearing safety glasses? All right, so trial special is $125. That's 2 months. That's June and July. Unlimited classes. You can come to kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, the women's only, the morning fitness classes, all of that. You get a pair of boxing gloves? Really? Mm-hmm. You get a free pair of boxing gloves and an NXG t-shirt and 10% off of the first Pro Shop purchase. I don't specifically approve of this, but if Bateman says that's what we're going with, that's what we're going with. It's highway robbery. We're giving stuff away. Cool though. Hey, but this is all really good stuff. This is stuff you need when you walk in, and then we're giving it to you. Fantastic. Thank you. Good catch. So anywho, back to NXG Clanton. Including that facility, Allie's teaching a class because she's good at stuff. That class is women's only jiu-jitsu. We do it every Thursday. People have specific motivations to train. Some people train for competition. Some people train for life. Some people train because it helps their job. They just want to get in shape. There's a million ways of doing it, and that includes women's only, plus a couple other extra motivations. So tell us about your women's only class. Kind of talk through.
Well, me and a couple of girls that have originally been there kind of wanted to come up with a safe environment type to where it would be a judgment-free zone just for the women, even though it's never really a judgment zone.
You want smaller class sizes.
Yeah.
So you can kind of be a little bit more free, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you this, all of NXG is safe. Somebody walks in and makes any kind of inappropriate comment or anything to any of our females that are there, prepared to see something intense. I can guarantee you right now. Everybody that's in that gym's family, and we'll throw a slap down for you in a second. But in the women's only class, it's a smaller, more private room, so you're able to teach a little bit more geared towards something self-defense, more for women's kind of dailies, or what potentially could be a bad encounter for women that men may not have the same experiences in. Just because men typically, they can be, but aren't typically encountered in the way that women are sometimes. So those classes can be taught just a little bit different, something that we wouldn't do a full, class size on, which we do open and free full seminars for women, but this is a class that goes essentially in the practicals every single Thursday. We did a 2-phase class in Maplesville, Alabama, which was a big classroom portion. Also, we talked about our 3 rules, which are situational awareness, willingness to engage, and the warrior mindset. And we pretty much did an entire day on that. And then after that, we did practicals. Well, this class is pretty much practicals every single Thursday. And in leading into women's only, women's competitors can probably also benefit from this class. But it's not a women's competitor class. It's not a women's competition team. It's not something that gets women ready specifically for competition inside that classroom setting. That's something that we still need to come to comp team for, right?
Yes.
Gotcha. So Allie's probably one of the longest comp team members that we've had. She's been doing that comp team since she was a very young juvenile. And this is her first time stepping up on the national stage, which is pretty, for me, it's amazing. For her, it's probably scary, but I'm super excited to see it. I know a lot of people are pretty excited to see it. But comp team for women's just as welcoming, right? Or what are your thoughts on that?
Completely, yeah.
So what's a daily comp team practice for you like?
Daily?
You don't do comp team daily, but what's a daily practice like? Kind of treat it like one of the guys, right?
Yeah.
Comp teams for everybody. It goes, for anybody that wants to be, competition oriented. The comp team practice isn't necessarily more grueling. It's just geared for competition rule sets and things like that as we move into things. Getting ready for competitions and stuff like that. Depending on what the person's competing in, we can kind of change the practice up. We're doing submission only. We're doing MMA. Is this going to be, a wrestling rule set kind of based thing? You can gear yourself off of that. What's really fortunate for us right now is me and Allie are in the same weight division. So that this is going to be great. She says she's a little lighter than me right now. I don't think that's the case.
I am.
Right. So Allie's doesn't have the most scientific diet. I'm gonna call her out here on it right now. She just pretty much stays in a caloric deficit, which as long as you're within so much weight and you're still being a performance athlete in the gym, you're not, just coasting through your day-to-day, caloric deficit isn't the worst thing. Your protein levels still need to be a little bit higher, and drinking a ton of water. No, she's not doing that. Okay, a ton of water. We wrote it down right here. Injury prevention. Like for me, the biggest thing to do injury prevention wise, which I'm sitting here hurt right now, it's kind of funny, is making sure your diet's right. Your body needs certain macros to be able to recover better. Like you can recover on calories, right? But whatever those calories are, means a lot. So high proteins, of course, are always going to be a good thing.
I kept getting cramps tonight rolling.
Probably didn't drink enough water. Probably, yeah, exactly. Pound water, pound water. You know, potassium probably wouldn't hurt any. You know, but you kind of, when you train and you're eating, not everybody's macros and stuff can be the same. Sometimes you got to try and see how your body reacts to what your dietary things, what your diet needs, and you can you know, fix that along as you go. This is the first time I've really had a carb high diet in a while. My body used to not react the same way, but I'm learning now that it is. You know, things change. You have to work with that. So before you start spending money on people that sell diets the same way to everybody, come see us. Jump in the inbox. We'll hook you up. What's your weight at now?
136, 137.
Not too bad. How long are we out? 6 weeks? 7 weeks out?
Yeah, about 6-7 weeks.
I don't math. I don't math. So, you know, a pound and a half maybe. And not even really. I mean, we can do a little things a little bit closer to time. Sorry, Naga, if you're watching. We're going to be big. In addition to ladies only, there's something else that we wanted to talk about, and that was adaptive athletes. NXG doesn't push you away because of physical disabilities or mental disabilities or anything like that. I am absolutely disgusted to say that there's been some gyms in our area, a gym specifically in our area, that has turned down 2 adaptive athletes. And if people around me were more supportive, I would fully put them on blast. Not only am I ready to walk in the doors, but we'd fully put names in these videos, and I'd pay to have the videos pushed. Shame on you. Shame on you. So, adaptive athletes. We have several adaptive athletes. There's you instructors out there that are turning these people away. Again, shame on you. You can figure this out. Use it as a learning experience for everybody. Use it for yourself, and use it for these athletes, these people that have aspirations to better themselves, and you are telling them no. There's ways around that. We'll never shut our doors for that. Come on in. So we do offer that additional programs, and if we don't necessarily have a program for you, it may be something that we can reach out and try to create, or at least make you comfortable in an existing program. Adaptives. There's been some talks amongst some promoters in Alabama. I know that there's some in other places too about adding adaptive divisions into these competitions. And by adaptive, what we're talking about is somebody that's missing a limb, somebody that would compete in a division that wasn't adaptive anyways, can probably, there's chances that you can get matches of somebody with similar disabilities, and not that you can't compete with everybody else, but just because it would be a fun experience. And to me, it's a step forward in gaining ground with different styles of different levels of athletes and different disabilities and things like that. Also, while I'm talking about that, if you'll go into Facebook and you'll type in adaptive jiu-jitsu, or an Instagram, or go to mine or Allie's, you'll find Austin's pages and the things that he posts in there. If they were to create an adaptive division, I don't think we would let him compete in there, because he's one of those guys that I'm not even sure he knows he has a disability most times. Hey, Austin. What y'all laughing for? Did y'all know Austin, take your leg, huh? As the leg lock, the dude is a miniature Ken Shamrock. He will drop on your leg so fast for no reason at all. Black belt, white belt, don't matter. Ankles are going home. He's going as hard as he can as soon as he grabs it too. Pisses me off, to be honest. Super crazy guy there. How many women do we have show up to competition team that are actually competitive right now? Is there anybody? Just you? I mean, I think we had one come to Max. Were you at Max? Yeah. Has she got anything lined up? Do we know of?
Just me.
Yep, just Allie. We're trying to talk Allie into competing in MMA also. I think she'd be better there, but she's being a girl about it. Get it?
Haha.
Yeah, so NAGA is the North American Grappling Association, and it's a rather large platform. Hundreds and hundreds of competitors at each one. the rule sets aren't terrible. The time limits aren't terrible. It's a really professional venue. I'm kind of excited that we're going to it. The NOGI rules. Allie's been studying all this, so she can help me out. But the NOGI rule sets are 1 and 2 points, or 2 points may be allotted in some areas, and the gi is, got wider parts of it. But blue belt for you, you can leg lock and all that good stuff, right?
I think so, yeah.
You think so? She thinks so. So if you're watching this, maybe you can game plan to attack your leg or something if you can.
I wouldn't do that.
We don't know the rules. You wouldn't do that. She might come back. That's kind of the thing that we're gearing for right now. Solely is NAGA for us, and a lot of the guys are going. I bet. Let's see. You're gonna compete. The creatures compete. Yes. Yeah. Bateman signed up. He's doing. I can't remember what his division's called with his age. Like, no, I'm serious. What's that now? Ancient. How was Lucas? Yeah, whatever the 40-year-olds compete in. Advanced or expert. I think he signed up for expert or advanced, one or the other. But yeah, I'm doing expert masters. I bet we're rolling 20 deep. Aubrey's going. Zach's going. Austin's Austin's going. He posted, actually, if you go to the Adaptive Jiu-Jitsu page, Austin posted some training videos of him getting ready for NAGA, right? Or is that Facebook? Yeah, I'm sure it's on his YouTube. I'll figure out how to put links and stuff down here. I imagine we'll roll in 20 deep. Allie will probably be the only one to lose, but I imagine we're going to roll in. That would. She'll be the only one to win. Now that I say that, the rest of us will be sitting there holding bronze or smoked out in the first match, talking about, man, we wasted some money.
On my own.
Takes it off, hands it to somebody. It's broke. I don't know. It's gonna be good stuff. So, making weight and preventing injuries are kind of the same thing when it comes to dietary stuff and stretching. When you do your stretches right, when you do your exercises right, you're probably going to promote healthy weight loss. Along with your diet has to be there. But all of that, to me, injury prevention and the weight loss kind of goes together until you start losing weight at too rapidly of a pace. So like if you're, 140, 145 pounds and you're waiting until the event gets a little bit closer to cut that weight off, your chances of injury are going to go up. Guys that are doing MMA, your chances of getting knocked out are going to go up. All that stuff that's in your brain that kind of holds it kind of tight and you're draining everything out, it just rattles around and it's super bad for your health. I fully believe that I crushed my metabolism at a younger age because I was constantly diving into smaller weight classes. I felt comfortable getting to 120 pounds, but the only actual fight that I had contracted at 120 pounds, I took it on like 7-day notice. I guess enough years have went by for me to say that I was probably 136 pounds after weigh-ins. I cut a lot of weight, and I think that hurt my metabolism a good bit. The WMAGs, turns out we didn't research how the weight went, so I was preparing for 119 pounds and got down to 119 pounds after, like 12 hours of airplane and all kinds of stuff, and ended up having to move up a division when I got there. So it was a complete waste. But I think that's a problem. I put that on my Facebook this morning. Cutting weight too fast, not only is bad for, your metabolism, but it's bad for everything in your body. When you're depleting muscles of all this water, stuff starts to get weak. You start bending things the wrong way like we do in jiu-jitsu or we do in MMA, and the chances of that stuff tearing, ripping, popping off are going to be much greater. So I do believe in cutting weight and getting to your optimal weight class. I just don't believe in dehydrating quite as much as I used to. 4 or 5 pounds maybe. Yeah, but these guys doing 15, 16 pounds in a day, I used to be the guy, like, hey, if you're not cutting weight, the other guy is, and you're going to be smaller. And yeah, it can be, but for a longer career, I believe that you should be careful with that. And staying well hydrated through your training camp. Like some guys, it'll make them feel better when they get on the scale every day if they're slightly dehydrated and they see a smaller number. Like, hey, I'm closer to my weight, instead of staying hydrated and eating the way that they're supposed to and losing the weight and actual body fat percentages they're looking at the scale just trying to feel better. They're weighing at that optimal time of the day, and hey, I'm going to go weigh in a couple hours in front of coach. I'm going to go ahead and stop drinking, stop eating right now. There's athletes that's doing that, and I wouldn't recommend ever doing that, no matter if it's NAGA, if it's state level competition, if it's local level competition, world level competition, which I say that a lot of world competitions now, you have to weigh in before you step onto the mat. I don't know any of them really that are pushing for you to win at like a national level, a certain weight class, and then competing at that same weight class. But know that too. We've seen it with guys that want to cut down and dehydrate that weight out, and then weigh in and then step right on the mats without any opportunity to carb load or put that hydration back in, and they go in there and get messed up. They're drained, they're tired. State with Dylan a couple. Sorry for calling you out on that, Dylan. Dylan was a big dude for weight class, but he was smashing people, like subbing people within seconds. In the finals match, went like 4 minutes in, and my man lived in a garbage can for the next little while, just trying to throw something up and cramping. It was terrible. If you competed against him that year, sorry about your shoulder or whatever it was that he broke off, because he murdered people all through that. But we learned lessons because of that. If you've got really old coaches with injuries and stuff, listen to them. So
You're not old.
Know your rules and listen to your coaches too. Allie reminds us all the time about Cody's slam situation.
It's very true.
Hey, Cody.
Know the rules.
Know the rules.
And this usually means no.
She says that when it was more people of us screaming out the words.
No.
And he did.
He did.
Hey, kid that happened to, sorry again.
I hope you're okay.
That was a bad day. It was. I mean, it was a great day for us, and it was a bad day for him. And the fact that Cody got disqualified.
But next time he knew.
Hey, he won in the gi, though. He smashed that kid. Legally.
Yeah.
That time. All right, so anything else? Anything else we want to touch on, want to talk about? Not from y'all? Y'all stay over there.
They're not even paying attention.
Nope. All right, cool. So, from the underground.